Hi, I'm Jenna, also known as Retro Lemon on Ravelry, and this is episode 13. Whew, what a week. I want to say thank you to everybody who wished well wishes to my son who had surgery yesterday on Plurk and Ravelry and stuff. I really appreciate it. And so today I feel a little scatterbrained. He had his tonsils removed yesterday and everything went great, but his surgery had got bumped back like 2 hours from when we originally scheduled it, which kind of threw the whole day off. And then I felt we were there really late and, you know, just stuff like that. And so I guess we'll just move along. I just wanted to thank everybody. Just a reminder that I teamed up with Doodlebug Yarn to save. You can save $5 on a $25 more purchase. Just go to doodlebugyarn.com and use the word, one word altogether, Retro Lemon, as the coupon code. And then back to kind of thank yous. I want to thank Tina, again, of Knitting Blooms, for picking me as her featured designer. This is Wednesday the 9th. I had to think about the date, and I shouldn't. The 9th, and I believe she is closing the thread this coming Saturday when she records. So that would be 3 days from now. So the 12th, maybe? She's closing it, I think, on the 11th or the 12th, and she'll pick winners. So like I said, a thank you to Tina. And then I also need to thank Pam, aka Sheep Therapy. She had PM'd me and had let me know she had a little something for me. I was like, a present for me? So I got, okay, it all came in this really cute gift bag. And it had this pretty ribbon all tied around it, but I took it out so I wouldn't crinkle. And inside there was this super cute card that has yarn on it. And she wrote, very nice note, just letting me know that she really enjoys the podcast and that she loved how excited I was about spinning, even though she wasn't a spinner herself, and wanted to send me a present, which I told her was completely unnecessary. I don't do this for presents, but oh, look what she sent me. It is gorgeous. I wish you could all like reach in and feel this right now, because this is so soft. I could just pet it like all day. And I told her, I was like, I want a cat. I thanked her, you know, I sent her a thank you message on Ravelry, and I just was like, I want a cat. I want to start spinning it right away. I didn't want to wait, but I wanted to show all of you the amazing fiber she got me. So this will be next on the spinning wheel when I'm done with what's on there now. So it is from Bonfire, B-O-N-F-I-B-R-E, and there's an Etsy shop, and I will link this in the show notes on the website. And it is superwash merino, and it's called Green Tonal, and it is 4.4 ounces, and it is, let me tell you, it is gorgeous. I don't know if the camera can pick up just all the shades of green. And Pam said her favorite color is green too. So it is just this amazing. I mean, I cannot wait to see how this spins up. I'm like kind of debating how I want to apply it. So thank you, Pam, so much. You really didn't need to do that, but I really do appreciate it. I'm really touched at your kindness. And then, because I'm telling you, I have some of the best viewers ever. Lori, aka Maddie's mama, she sent me a Chelsea, an orange Chelsea. It's made out of Dancing Dog Dye Works Pirouette in the Goldfish colorway, which is one of my all-time favorite colorways. I love, 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 love this colorway so much. And then the bow is so cute. It has like green and orange and burgundy and blue flowers. It is just so amazing. She did such a good job. It's stuffed and shaped so nice. And she made one for, might have been for her daughter. Well, she made one and I commented how cute it was, and so she made it a twin and sent it to me. Look at that, Chelsea. Oh, so cute. You know, as a designer, I am always just amazed when I see my pattern come to life in other people's hands. I mean, I could make patterns and be the only one that knitted them, but people take the time and the care to assemble it, and it's just awesome. And I thought it was so sweet that she sent me one. So it sits here for now on my table. It might go on my shelf with my samples, but right now this Chelsea's keeping me company. So thank you so much, Lori, and a big hello to Maddie, who is Lori's daughter, who I know is a fan. And then, because the people are just so generous, Laura, who is, username is Vilau, I believe, or Vilu. I think it's Vilau. Anyways, it's V-E-E-L-A-U. She was a winner in our Chelsea the Chatterbox Monster knit-along, and she wanted to give back to all of you, which I thought was awesome. So she contacted me and let me know she had ordered a skein of Dancing Dog Dye Works for me to give away here on the podcast. I'm like, that is so awesome. So, this is Dancing Dog Dye Works Waltz Wurst in the Bot Bucket colorway, which I love. It's grays and a navy blue and a royal blue and an aqua and a lime green, and it is, I love this. This one's mine because, sorry, I'm trying not to crinkle here, this is what the winner will be getting. I left it all wrapped up really super duper nice, and it has some candy in it, and Michelle of Dancing Dog Dye Works just packages her yarn so lovely, and I didn't want to mess it up. So I left this one in the wrapping, and I know what it is. I could see the colorway through the bag. So, in the paper. So I just left this one as it is. So I will show you mine so you will know what you'll be getting. And this will be given away with the George the Giant Squid knit along this month. So that hopefully is catching the colors right. It is so, so pretty. I love this colorway. Love it. So, let's see. I had my notebook on the wrong side. Just want to make sure I'm not forgetting anybody. Like I said, Laura, thank you so, so much. You really didn't need to do that either, but I greatly appreciate it because this helps me out giving to all of you. So, yay! Then, last week I had posted a thread for a pattern giveaway for 3 lucky viewers since we hit 300 members. And I hope when we hit 400, we'll do another prize giveaway. I don't know if it'll be patterns or if we'll have yarn. I don't know what we'll do yet. It'll kind of be a on the fly kind of thing, and whatever happens, happens. So I was so excited because within a week we've gotten 24 new members. We're up to 324. I'm like, that's awesome. So welcome to the 24 new members. And I guess while I'm saying that, welcome to any new viewers. And for all of you that keep coming back every week, thank you so much. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pick those 3 lucky winners who gets a pattern of their choice, which unfortunately I forgot to mention last week, so this is totally my bad. I cannot give out Ruby, the Lovable Huggable Monster, only because I don't have the rights to that right now. That still belongs to Dancing Dog Dye Works, and I don't get the rights back to that until the fall. So that's how that works. Otherwise, any other pattern that's listed is up for grabs. Even the ebook of the 4 ornaments, perfectly fine with me. So there were 89 posts, so not counting mine, so from number 2 through 89. We'll hit generate. So the first winner is number 52. See, I have everything already. So that should be on page 3. Number 52 is Liddy Lee. And then, let's see, her name is Elizabeth. And her comment is, "That's easy, George. He's the only one of yours that I don't have yet." Emphasis on yet. So congratulations, Elizabeth. I will be gifting that one to you since it's the only one you don't have. Oh, alright. Let generate again. Number 83. Let's go see who that is. Let's see, that should be page 4. Uh, 83 is Rebecca J9. It says, "I think Liam or Molly or George." So I will be contacting you. I assume her name's Rebecca. I guess I better double check. Yep, it is. So I will be contacting you so you can decide for sure which one you would like. Okay, and our last winner is number 31. Let's see. 31. 31 is Starkey81. She says, "Chelsea is so cute, but I reckon fidget." And Starkey81, her first name is Erin. So congratulations to all 3 of the winners. And I will be getting back to those of you who are undecided exactly which one you would like. So yay, I'm so excited. So excited over 300 members. Yay! Let's see. Oh, we'll move on to knit-alongs. This month's knit-along is George the Giant Squid. Yay! I love George so much. So you have until May 30th when I lock the thread. And you post a picture in the photo only thread. And then you can chatter, ask any questions about the pattern. Or you can even post pictures in the chatter thread as well. That's fine with me. That way people can comment on it and stuff. That's always nice. And let's see the rules. You can use any yarn. Make it any size. You do have to be a member of the group to enter. I mean, that's normal. I mean, pretty much any knit-along giveaway, you got to be a member. Pretty easy. He's fun. You can make as many as you want. Just remember to give each one that you make its own post so you can enter as many as you can. Go for it. Yay, George. And then the second knit-along is for May and June. And we are doing shawls, and there are 3 to pick from. There is the Hogwarts Express by, the name's on the tip of my tongue and I don't have it here. Ashcroft Hansel is what it says, but I think the lady's name is Susan Ashcroft. There is the Henslow by Beth Kling. I think I said her name wrong last week. I think I said Betty or something like that. But it's Beth Kling. And then the ruffled, I think it's Fichu. Someone could totally correct me if I'm wrong on that. By Jane Sowerby. Which the last one, the ruffled one, is a free pattern. So you have until June 30th to get all of those knitted. Once again, you can knit all of them, one of them, just make sure you post a picture in the photo only thread of each one. And then the winner will be picked at random. And we have lovely prizes for that and the George Knit Along that is being provided by Emily, who is aka Millie on Ravelry. And I will show all of the prizes again next week. I got my little guy out there. He's watching Muppets from Space. So I'm kind of, you know, I'm not necessarily trying to hurry, but I figure I showed the prizes last week and the yarn today. So we'll show all the prizes next week when I don't have to worry about him in there. But he was a good sport. He's like, I was like, is it okay if Mommy takes a little bit of time and you know, I do the podcast? And he's like, oh, of course, Mom. People want to see you. I'm like, well, that's good. I'm glad somebody feels that way. So he was a good sport about it. And so like I said, I'll show all the prizes. I'll go through them again next week. If you want to see them now, go check out the beginning of last week's podcast. So I have no finished objects to show you this week. It was kind of a stressful week. I'm working on some deadline knitting. And I don't know. I don't want to say I've like lost my mojo or nothing like that, because I still want to knit, but I also have spinning on the brain. I've heard that happens, and I'm sorry. So, no finished objects this week, but I got some works in progress. So, I kind of, you know, while you're sitting in the hospital, your kid's having surgery, you are totally nervous as nervous can be. So I had a hard time because I thought, oh, I'll take knitting. And I took plenty of knitting. More than I'm like, who am I kidding? So I didn't get very much done. I worked on my Good and Plenty socks a little. This is the Afterthought Heel pattern by Laura Linneman. And the yarn is Good and Plenty from Fiber Nymph in the Bounce Base. Knitting them on US size 2 needles. I couldn't tell you what size number that is. But they're regular too. They're not a 2.5. I know that much. So I don't know. I only think I've done a couple stripes since last week. Like I said, I just couldn't concentrate because I was so nervous. And then when he was awake before the surgery and after, you know, I was busy doting on him. I wasn't going to sit there and knit and be like, yeah, kid, just lay there. So, there's that. And then I did get started on my Hogwarts shawl. I figured, well, I wanted something kind of easy, and I read the pattern over, and the pattern is really quick, and I think it's a really fun pattern. I mean, it's a lot of garter stitch at the beginning, but, I mean, it goes quick. You just got to pay attention at the very beginning and the very end. Otherwise, it's just knit, 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 knit. I am using Dancing Dog Dye Works Tweedy Sock in the Into the Forest colorway. It's, I don't know how to describe it. It's like a bluish green, I guess, with brown, cream, and black flecks in it. And this is normally not a color I would pick. It's a kind of, it's more on the dark side of what I like. I like bright. But I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I don't think I want, like, bright owls. Like, I don't know. I thought, well, it's called Into the Forest, and owls live in the forest, and I'm trying really, really hard to get out of my color comfort zone. And I'm like, okay, I have made a lot of green and a lot of orange shawls. I can't help myself. So I figured it's like a blue-green, you know, maybe like a super deep teal, kind of, because it's not like a bright. But Anyway, so I thought I would give it a try. So this is a fingering weight of tweed. I love it. It's really soft. And I am using a size US 6 needle. My Knit Picks Harmonies. They're all I use. It's pretty much all I own. I love them. I know some people have trouble with the cables. I've only had one problem and they fixed it. And my replacement was fine. So I keep using them. They're not as hard on my hands. When I use metal needles, my hands hurt really bad after knitting for a while. So I stick with them. Like I said, I'm loving it. I'm almost done with the first section, which I'm like, this must really stretch when it's blocked, because mine does not look like it's going to be anywhere close to being as big as the ones in all the sample pictures. So we'll wait and see. And I'm kind of nervous about doing the beads, only because the only time I've ever put beads on a project, I strung the beads first. I kind of almost wish I would have done that with this, just because to me it's easier. I mean, I know everyone has their own methods, but I'm just like, I like that way. I don't mind having to move down the beads. It doesn't bother me, and I don't feel it slows me down. So, but I'm gonna try, and I'm gonna add them in. I gotta watch some tutorials to make sure I do it right. I think the Knit Girls might have a bead tutorial now that I'm thinking of it. Maybe. But there's like a bazillion and one on YouTube, I'm sure. So, that's my Hogwarts. So far, so good. I'm really liking the pattern. So, it's not hard. And cabling isn't hard. And there's not that much cabling. So, I think this very well could be a pattern I make again. I do think so. I have no yarny goodness this week. None. I can't enable you at all with the yarn, unless if you like what I showed you with my projects. It's so sad. But I'll make up for it later. Before I guess I move into all the spinning, I want to mention the charities. I talked last week. I watched it back, and I think I talked a little long about it, about the Brad Anderson Fund, but that is still going on. They are still taking donations. Lots of donations have been made. So many people have been very generous. So it is bradandersonfund.com. It will be in the show notes, and I will try to put it down here at the bottom as well. I said Brad is suffering from liver failure due to a genetic condition. It's hereditary, and they need to raise $100,000 to get him on the transplant list. So there's more information on the website. You know, you learn about his family. He's a father of 5. So, like I said, that is very close to me and very important to me. So, in my opinion, if you need to donate somewhere, that would be where you should donate. And then also, in episode 11, I was looking for it today and I couldn't find it. It must be in the laundry. I wore a black t-shirt and it said love, and the O was a little ball of yarn. Those are made by Lindsay, who is known on Ravelry as Little Lippy U, like E-W-E. And she made those shirts, and a bunch of us bought them. And a viewer had contacted me wanting to know where I got that shirt from. So Lindsay is taking pre-orders for the Knit Love shirts, is what she's calling them. There is a thread in the Ravelry group, and it says Knit Love shirt pre-order as seen in episode 11. That was 11. And all of the money she makes from those t-shirts goes to her 3-day breast cancer walk. So she makes no profit off of those whatsoever. Part of the money goes to the cost of the shirts and the supplies, and everything else, every other penny goes to her 3-day walk. So the shirts are $25, and that includes the shipping. So it's just $25, and it ends up on your doorstep. So she's taking pre-orders. You can get it Like I got a v-neck because I like v-necks. I think you can get just a regular t-shirt. All of the information and the sizing is in the thread in the Ravelry group. So now I figure I have a little segment I think I'm going to call Tools of the Trade. Because with my Ladybug spinning wheel, I ordered the Lazy Kate that attaches to the spinning wheel itself. And I thought, well, that's perfect for me because I don't have a lot of space. Where I live, it seems to be you either can have a big house and a teeny tiny yard where your neighbors are like, literally a lot of houses, there's a driveway that divides your house and the neighbor's house. That's it. Or you can have a little house and a bigger yard. So we went with the bigger yard with the little house. So I'm kind of crunched for space. I don't have a craft room. I don't have, you know, anything like that. So I thought, oh, the onboard Lazy Kate would be the perfect solution for me. I don't like it. I mean, it works okay, but when I'm plying, I always have to like keep pulling the yarn back and then plying it and then pulling the yarn. And I just think if the yarn was behind me on a freestanding Lazy Kate, it would just be easier to feed it in. And then the other thing that I really don't like is you can't control the tension on the onboard Lazy Kate. For me, the bands that go on it, the tension's too tight. But if I take the bands off, then there's no tension. And when you kind of pull on the bobbins to feed the singles into plying, they just keep spinning and you end up with a tangled mess. Learned that the hard way. So for me, personally, the onboard Lazy Kate, it wasn't working. So, I got online, got on woolery.com, which is for the Woolery, and I ordered the freestanding Lazy Kate, which it came today. It actually showed up at my doorstep just like a couple hours ago, and it came packaged like this. I have yet to assemble it, so I thought I'd show you all the pieces, parts, in the packaging. That's how it comes. And they call it the Industrious Collapsible Lazy Kate. So, I did buy the shacked one because I have a shacked wheel and, well, it just made sense. I mean, it's going to work with the bobbins I have. So, and then while I was ordering this, I'm like, okay, hopefully I don't have to order from the Woolery for a while. Great customer service. I would definitely order from the Woolery again. I just don't want to have to. So I went ahead and I ordered an extra drive band and a Scotch tension string just in case. Because the shipping didn't cost me anything additional to order them. And I'm like, you know, if something breaks, I don't want to have to wait. So to my knowledge, at this moment in time, this is all I can think of that I would need to replace anytime soon. There are other replacement parts that I'm just like, hopefully I won't need those. So that's my, like I said, that's my opinion and review on the Ladybug Lazy Kate. Great idea. I just, like I said, the tension really bothers me because the tension's way too tight for my liking. And then, like I said, I just think having to pull the singles forward and feed it, it was killing my shoulder. By the time I was done plying something, my shoulder would hurt. So, oh, sorry, I keep like rubbing my nose and stuff. My allergies are just killing me today. I think I had a small slurp. I hope you didn't hear that. Let's see. All spun up. I have 3 skeins of hand spun yarn to show you. I am so excited. I cannot even begin to tell you how much I love spinning. I love spinning. I thought I would like it. I didn't know I would love it this much. I mean, I'm not saying it's like for everybody. And if you don't feel the same way as I do, that's okay. But I love it. So, this was roving I bought 2 years ago from Eyelash Designs on Etsy. And she no longer dyes roving. She now, I think she makes like art yarn and sells like hats, like little kids' hats and some other stuff. But she doesn't do fiber anymore. I've had this for 2 years. And it was called Fall Harvest. And there are pumpkin oranges and kind of like burgundies that remind me of mums and all kinds of like sagey and olivey greens and some browns, and I love this. I think this was gorgeous. I just think I couldn't be happier with it. I love all of the beautiful barber poling. And I wrote down here, for this, I don't weigh my yarn, my hand spun in ounces, in ounces. I want it in grams, because that's the way all the other yarn that you buy comes from. I think originally the fiber was a little over 4 ounces. And I got, out of this here, there is 121 grams, which came to about 122 and a half yards. So I'll untwist it here. And I was so excited. So far, everything I have spun has come out balanced. But it is, I mean, I still have a little bit of like thick and thinner yarn here. But I love these colors. I mean, these are just me. Absolutely. Let's see if I can. Just, I love them so much. And then I was so bummed because I totally forgot to take a picture of this fiber, this braid of fiber, before I spun it up. I was like, oh. Had a total like Homer Simpson moment. So, oh, I guess this is Froggy Monkey from Gnome Acres. This was approximately 4 ounces. With what I have spun, I have 104 grams and approximately 131 yards. And this bled. When I soaked it, it bled like crazy. Especially the aqua. Like the water in the sink was aqua. But it was super soft and really slippery. As I was drafting it, it was really slippery, which was just new for me. I mean, I think the more I got used to it, the more I definitely liked that it was slippery, but it took some getting used to. But this spun up gorgeous, and the barber poling is amazing. Let's see. You know, and I got like some bits. I fractal spun this. So I split the fiber in half, and just drafted half of it and spun it. And then the other half, when I put it on a bobbin, I split it into 3, and I worked from the opposite end that I did the other half. So, because there are a few choices when you fractal spin. Once again, I was so excited this came out, and it was balanced. Yay! I like plying. Some people don't like it. I do. And then I have this. And I must apologize because I spun it up before I ever showed it to you. You didn't get to see this at all. It was a loop bullseye bump that I got on D-Stash from Ravelry. I have all these orange ties. I have this scrap orange wool that I keep using for all my ties. Those one there's orange in it, but this one there's not. So this was a tweed bump. So it has these little tweedy things in it, and there is sparkle. And I have to admit, the whole time I was spinning this, I didn't realize the colors were going to be so dark. I thought of Lauren from Lem Knit Crochet, because I can just hear her going, Jenna, it's blue and it sparkles. So I could hear like Lauren in my ear being like, "You're coming to the dark side." So I try to get a good shot of that. And it stripes. It does not stripe like the regular bullseye bumps. Now I spun half of this. And then I weighed it and I had pulled it out of the bump until I got about half. So I spun half, changed bobbins, spun the other half, because at the very end of this bullseye bump, there was a huge chunk of this bright pink that you'll see in here. And I'm like, there really wasn't much pink throughout the rest of it, and I didn't want just this big chunk of solid pink if I decided to Navajo apply it at the end. So I like how it came out, because it goes like from pink to some purple and then to some blue. And then it's kind of like a grayish purple and a grayish blue. So I will trying to find a spot where you can kind of see all of the colors. So let's see. But it's very pretty. This is not normally something I would pick to spin. It definitely, I got it on, like I said, I got it on D-Stash and I got a good price on it. And it is not normally, like if I had a choice of like a whole bunch of different stuff that I would pick. But I like it, and it's pretty, and it was fun to spin the tweed, and it was also kind of frustrating to spin the tweed because you kind of get like these clumps. And it's like, they're not clumps you can smooth out, they're the clumps of the tweed. So I still would try to separate them a little so it wasn't one giant clump of tweed and kind of spread it out. But it is definitely a tweed. I mean, it's got little, it's probably not easy for you to see, but there's little nubbers, as I call them, little nubbers and chunks, and it's very sparkly, and it's really neat. I mean, it's definitely unlike anything else I really have seen, and definitely so much different than anything else I own fiber-wise. So I'm really curious to knit this up and to see how it does. It was fun. I don't know if all the tweed are dark colors like these. If so, I probably wouldn't go for a tweed if I was buying loop at full price. So that's that. I like it. It's pretty. And I got out of this 112.5 grams and 183 yards, according to my calculations. I'm like, that's the most yardage I've got yet. And this is probably the most consistent yarn I've done yet. Even with the tweed causing some chunks. So that's exciting for me. Yay! On the bobbin. On the bobbin this week, I spun this last night at Knit Night. After spending all day at the hospital, I was quite frazzled, and I was exhausted. I'm like, for not actually physically doing anything all day, I was whooped, and I was so tired, and I was like, I really should go home and take a nap. But I didn't. I drank coffee instead. And I still went to Knit Night, because I'm like, the kid's going to be home with me for a week, and he can't really do a whole lot. He's just supposed to take it easy. So I'm like, well, this is really probably one of my only getaways for a week. So I decided to go to Knit Night, and I'm so glad I did. And I took my ladybug. Let me tell you, when you're driving along with a ladybug strapped in your front seat, people look at you funny. They're like checking it out, like, oh my gosh, what is that? It's kind of funny. So I took it to Knit Night, and I showed you this 2 weeks ago. It is the Chimera Merino. I don't believe it doesn't say superwash, so I'm going to say no, it's not a merino. It's not a superwash. It's just a merino, 100% merino, and it is called Sea Glass, and this is gorgeous. I can hear Lauren going, there's blue in there. I'm telling you, anytime I get something with blue now, I think of Lauren. But this is just, I think this is stunning. And it does remind you of beach glass. It reminds you of like the ocean and the greens and the light blues, and I'm excited. So I'm going to two-ply this. What I did is I split the fiber down the middle, tried to pretty much get it as even as I could. I did weigh it and have to kind of pick from one and add to the other side. I then pulled it apart in 3 pieces and spun the 3 smaller strips on this, and I will spin the 3 other strips. And it doesn't matter which ends I start on with these because the color pattern is the same going from either way. I decided to break it up into 3 strips per half because I want a very variegated, hopefully barber pole-y kind of thing. I don't know how much barber pulling I will get because the colors are going to match up so close, but I'm hoping I'll get some because I think the green and the blue, especially barber pulling, will be great. I love it. So that's on the bobbin this week. I still have the other half to spin, and hopefully I will have that for you next week. And then, like I said, I might not have had any yarny goodness to show you, but I got fiber. I happened to go and catch the Highland Handmaids update, because when I saw Heather show this, my heart went squeak. I was like, oh my goodness. Because it's a gradient, and it goes from like a chartreuse into this like lime, and it kind of just fades into this green, and it's called Growth Spurt. It is 4 ounces of Portuguese merino. It is not superwash. I left the tag on it. I don't know that I can get it off. I don't want to rip it, but I did. I was all over this. I could not believe I was like stalking and refreshing, and I couldn't believe I got it. I was like, this is what I wanted more than anything. And I also had gotten, it was called Radio Flyer, I think, and it was reds. I was nice and I put it back because I decided I really didn't need 3 bumps of fiber from Highland Handmaids, that 2 would be enough. And you know, I love green and orange. So when I saw this, I had to get it. It is 4 ounces of Corriedale Cross called Ripening. And it is, both of these are new colorways for Highland Handmaids. And it is gorgeous, like an aquish sky blue, kind of like a robin's egg blue. And then this pumpkin-y green, and this nice deep grassy green color. And I love how like some of the colors run into the others, and some colorways can pull that off and some can't. Sometimes stuff gets muddied when colors run, but this is gorgeous. I love this. So, so pretty. So this was like the other one I had wanted from her. So I went with those 2, and I released Radio Flyer back into the world so somebody else can have some. I didn't want to be a hog. I figured 2 was good. Any more than 2 makes you look greedy. And then I ordered from Greenwood Fiberworks on Etsy. I will link the shop. And I got this, and it is called Peacock. And it is green and blue and like a royal purple. Now, in the description, these brown spots, and they are brown, people. They're brown. You'll see one here and here. You see definitely more of the brown on this side, I think. Was described as orange gold. In the picture online, it looked orange, which got me all excited because I loved orange with just about any other color. And I was like, oh, I love orange with the purple and orange with the blue, and there's orange and green, and I was like all excited. I like had it in my cart, and so imagine my disappointment when I pulled it out of the bag and I'm like, it's brown. That is not orange. So I went and got on Etsy, pulled up the listing, and the color in the Etsy listing is orange. And I understand, because I know someone out there's going, Jenna, all computers are a little bit different. I'm thinking, I have a new computer, and so far, my computer screen to me, like when I take a picture and load them onto my computer, it is like dead on for colors. So I don't think it was at all my computer, because anything else has been correct. I have not had any problems getting anything else in the mail and the color being off. And I even read the description, and it said orange gold. Gold is yellow, orange is orange. Now, gold is like a deeper yellow, so I was expecting like a yellowy orange. Didn't quite know how that fit in with peacock. I'm like, well, maybe the beak, legs or something. But this is brown. It's brown. This is not orange gold. It is brown. Sorry, y'all. It's brown. So I did contact the dyer because it was just a disappointment when you think you're getting one thing and you get another. It's a bummer. A big, big bummer. And, you know, I tried to be as nice as I could. I'm not out to tick anybody off or be nasty. We're all human. We all make mistakes. And I'm like, well, maybe I just got a weird batch. Because I know hand-dyed stuff is always a little off. In a way, that's why I hate stock photos. When dyers use like one photo for everything that they dye in that same colorway. I understand it saves time, but if you have a lot that is significantly different from the picture, you really should take a new picture. That's all I'm saying. So I contacted her. She apologized. You know, I said when I wrote her a note, I just wanted to let her know, you know, that the description and the photo were off, or her dyes were off. And she just was like, oh, I'll look into it. And she did give me 25% off my next purchase. And it is soft. I mean, this is the merino. It's not. Oh, here, it's up here. Yeah, 4 ounces of merino. And it is super, I mean, it is super soft. But I just want to let you know, if you look at Greenwood Fiberworks and you see the peacock, and you either love the orange or don't like the orange, it's not orange, it's brown. That's all. I might have spent a little long on that. And then I got a second one. This is 100% BFL. Super duper soft, once again. And this is called Vintage. And this came looking exactly like it does on the website. It is supposed to look like vintage appliances. So there's this like reddish burgundy, yellow, a light blue. It's supposed to look like 50s appliances. Don't get it confused with 70s appliances, which were orange and avocado green and golden harvest yellow. So this is gorgeous. This, like I said, came exactly as the picture stated and the description, and is super soft. And I will be buying more from Greenwood Fiberworks because the fiber is amazing. And really, the colors are amazing. Just with the one, like I said, I was expecting orange. It came brown. It had me confused. But this, oh, this is pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. I love it. I can't wait to spin it all. I'm like, I want to spin faster so I can spin it all. And then I'm going to be out of fiber. And then I'm going to be in trouble. Because I have decided, we'll see how long this lasts. I'm making no promises. But I have decided I'm going to try not to buy any more fiber this month until the Great Lakes Fiber Show. Oh yeah, I'm going. It might not be as big as Maryland Sheep and Wool and stuff like that, but I'm pretty darn excited. It is the last weekend in May, so it's Memorial Day weekend. It's the 27th, 6th, and 27th, a Saturday and a Sunday. And it is in Worcester, Ohio, at their fairgrounds. And my husband and I are going away for the weekend. I'm excited. We're going to celebrate our anniversary. We've never really done anything for our anniversary besides like go out to dinner. I mean, we go out to dinner every year, and that's it. So we're actually going away for the weekend. We are staying not too far from the festival at a little B&B. So I'm excited about that. And he has graciously agreed to take me to the fiber show. So, because it's not his thing. Let's face it, my husband could care less about fiber. But he knows I'm really excited about it. And I can't help that it falls the same weekend we were going to go away. And he's a good sport. I mean, he's like, well, yeah, we can do that. And I'm like, well, if we go in the morning on Saturday, you know, I was like, we can go for, you know, a couple hours. I can't stay all day. I can't, you know, I can't take up too much time. But I'm like, you know, if we go and we, like, leave at, like, lunchtime, we can go get some lunch somewhere and then go do something else. So, I'm excited. So excited. All the plans are made. Reservations are made. We got people coming to stay with the pets and the kids and watch the house and all that good stuff. So, I'm excited. Woo-hoo. And there are some dyers there that I'm excited to see in person. There's Fiber Optic will be there and Gale's Art. So I'm really excited to see what they have. Because, you know, all the Etsy shops are kind of like lacking right now because everybody's doing fiber festivals. So, I mean, I understand. But for me, who can't go to the big fiber festivals, it's kind of a bummer. So I'm excited to see what they have there. And there will be so many more. There, you know, will be so many more. So if you're in Ohio or wanting to travel to Ohio, you have to check it out. I will link, they have a website and there's a vendors list. There's a tab, you click on vendors and it lists all the vendors that will be there. So if you see someone else there who you think I should check out, shoot me a line and let me know. Because, you know, there's lots of things there that, you know, companies I don't recognize and, you know, there will be people there just to have their sheeps and undyed stuff and raw stuff. And so I'm excited about that. Also, there's a girl I know who a friend of hers is putting on a fiber festival in Ashland in October. So I'm excited because I'm like, there's more in Ohio. And then I guess there's some yarn thing in mid-June in Columbus. So I'm trying to talk a friend in. I'm like, come on, we can go to Columbus. I don't know Columbus, like, very well at all. But I'm like, we'll get a GPS thing and off we'll go. Can't be that hard, right? So in the new Your Knitting Life magazine, which I was thinking about reviewing today. Maybe I'll do it next week. But they actually have a spread in here, The Knitter's Guide to Columbus, Ohio, where they talk about, I think it's like yarn market or something like that, or some sort of fiber thing. So I'm trying to look through, try to find, because I know they mentioned it, some fiber thing. Not seeing the name off the top of my head, but either way, that's coming up in June, so I just might try to do that too. So I know the fiber festival type thing going on in Ashland in October. I think they're still looking for vendors, so if you're a vendor out there, they have a website or something. I had clicked on a link from a link, and it had a vendor. I feel like I'm like stammering. A vendor who is vending at the Great Lakes Fiber Show is setting up the one in Ashland, and I had looked on her website and had followed links. So I said, I think that's like mid to late October, which is great for me to go because it's a slow time. School's already back and we're already in the swing of things. And October's not too hot or too cold. So it works for me. So, Great Lakes Fiber Show! Yay! I get to go. I'm so excited. Yay! So that's my goal, is I'm not to buy any more fiber that I've already bought, because I did sign up for like the End of the World Club and the Loop Club. And I think I have one more thing of fiber coming in the mail that hasn't came yet. So that's it. That's it. No more buying until then. So, let's hope I can do it. I hope. So, I gotta go check on my little guy. So that's it for me this week. I am Jenna, Retro Lemon on Ravelry, Plurk, Twitter, Pinterest. The website with all the show notes is retrolemonstudio.com. And until next week, I'll see you then. Bye.